Hey Aries, it's Dr. Leona coming on in for your full moon and lunar eclipse reading here in the month of March. Now, the sun will be in Pisces, but the moon will be in Virgo. Now, this is happening, the lunar eclipse and the peak of the full moon is happening in Vedic Virgo, right? So Vedic just means, in terms of the astronomy of things, that's where it would match up. So any astronomer would see it this way too. So guys, Aries, you are that first house, our physical life. Mars, your ruling planet, represents the body. By the way, I am an Aries ascendant in my D9 chart, in my Navamsa chart, and my highest degree planet in my Rashi chart is Mars. So we are soul family, and you know, 3 places from my highest degree planet is what I love, and that actually is you. I'm all about Aries. All right, guys, let's make it rain. You are actually the air of fire, and that is what you do. You make it rain. You're like one of the most effective signs. It's real positive for you. Typically, wherever we see that energy of Aries, we can make something kind of come to life. You guys have the ability to create. You're great entrepreneurs. You have the ability to create all kinds of things like businesses, and you have ideas. You could do apps. You could do anything you wanted. You could make a bakery. You could create records. You are the actual moment of creation itself. That's you. So if that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will, but man, you're amazing, Aries. And if you come here to hear that about yourselves, you've come to the right place. So I do see that 3 of Wands here at the bottom of the Salviadora Quiche, quiche as in quiche, like the food. Sal was a baker before he was Eat, Read, Love. Yep, you may not hear that here first, but it is something, and this is a full moon lunar eclipse reading, and your first card is the full moon. So I'm just going to say there could be something here about a house, mothers, motherhood, home, nourishment, nurturing. Could be something to do with something hidden as well. The moon represents a lot of stuff, and because this is a full moon reading happening in with the energies of Pisces and Virgo, the 6th and 12th house, that happens to be where the destiny access nodes of destiny are. That's been activated since October 30th of 2023. So think about what's been happening since then. We also have a once in 36-year thing happening coming up between Saturn and Neptune. To learn more about that stuff, come over to Patreon as a VIP member. You have to join at that level. There's 3 levels. When you go, follow the link in the description box below. It will take you to my Patreon page. It'll say join for free. Don't join for free. You get nothing for that, okay? You just get me talking about what the different tiers are, what it means, blah, blah, blah. So here you are, Emperor energy right there on the Chariot card, the Moon and the Chariot. Both are Cancerian cards, okay? So there's something about Cancer. For Aries Ascendant, that's your 4th house. I think someone here may have a little bit of Pisces in their ascendant. They might be a Pisces ascendant. Aries could still be in the 1st house. It could be what's called a dual ownership house. And I'm seeing somebody here that has Rahu specifically in Cancer in the 5th house. So I don't know who you are, but I'm seeing your energy. Alrighty, my beautiful Aries. Okay, I see you heading towards a house. This is all 4th house stuff coming out for you. Home and family, mothers, motherhood, it's all coming out. Someone, meaning you, looks like you're heading towards a commitment of some kind, a higher level of commitment. Someone here could be purchasing a home. This is a lot of home energy, home and family kind of an energy. It could be centering around a person who is a mother, if you're not the mother. And there's a big change here. It's going to be ushering in a huge change. It could be with a marriage here. 4 of Wands, I sometimes see that as a marriage card. So there could be some big change happening that you may not see coming. And this is the weird part, Aries. Because of your Mars energy, when people have an Aries moon or they have a Scorpio moon, both those are ruled by Mars. So an Aries moon might be, say, more abrupt, or people translate it as abrupt, right? But actually, you think about things quite a lot before you make a decision. just quiet about it. And that's because Mars rules Scorpio as well. So you often aren't sharing everything you're thinking. And so people don't realize. And then when you do decide to share it, you're an action-oriented sign. You'll take action. Mars is action, especially if your Mars is direct. If your Mars is retrograde, you might hold back a little bit more. You may find yourself saying things like, I don't know what to do, or feeling like you need to get a lot of reassurance or verification. That comes from Mars being retrograde. But that also means you have excess energy. You might actually be an amazing athlete with Mars retrograde, but it's likely you'd be injured at some point. Okay, so yeah, that's the Hermit coming out. Now look at this, guys. You have all these major arcana coming out for you with the Wheel, the Hermit, the Moon, the Chariot. What is going on here? This is a big destiny moment coming in. There is something, I'm seeing something here connected to the mother of your children, if you're, or if you're a mother or your mother. I see that coming in, very strong mother energy here, really, really coming up. And the 6th house here. So 4th house and 6th house, interesting houses taking shape here with the Virgo energy. I do see a new cycle beginning for you, and it could be in your health. I also see this, Aries. I see somebody having a secret affair. I always see those affairs because of my 8th house placements. So I see someone in the collective that may have been having a secret affair. Things could turn for you. This person was meant to help you change your life. They're going to become your future partner. Okay, there was an ending with that person. That person created some kind of a boundary here, and it felt like a betrayal of that passion between the two of you. I see that's the Queen of Wands. That's our Empress energy popping up here. Could also be your energy. But I see you more as this person here driving the chariot. I see you as the driver, the person that drives your own fate. You're not waiting for fate. Fate is something we wait for typically, but not for Aries. Aries is like, hell no, I'm not waiting for nothing. I'm going for it. Even if it's the wrong thing, you don't want to sit in a space of regret. And I see that for this Aries energy, this collective energy reading. If you want a personal reading, come on over to see this extended video. Go on over to Patreon. That's where you're going to find all of my extended videos. It's unlimited extendeds, but you have to join in any paid tier. And if you join as a VIP, I will do a free personal reading for you. 1 question reading, guys. I promise. And you'll also get your Vedic chart done with a consultation. I just finished the last of the ones from the people that joined up in January. So this past weekend. So come on in. I'm ready. I'm ready to do personal readings again. I'm ready to do Vedic astrology charts. Come in for that, even if you don't join Patreon. All proceeds, by the way, are donated to Elephant Aid International's Elephant Refuge of North America. I found that when I started to support them, having grown up in the projects and things like that, I know home ownership seemed like a dream. And then about a week before a big birthday, a milestone birthday, I was able to purchase my own home for the first time in my life, and I didn't think it was going to be possible. And I started working with Carol at Elephant Aid International, not working with her like she wasn't paying me, but I was volunteering and I was looking to help build a place with her by getting all the water troughs and hay bales and vitamins and food containers and flashlights and wheelbarrows, and you get the idea. So I helped her create that space, a home for the elephants, and that's when I was able to get a home myself. So if you're looking for a home, and I think someone here might be looking for a house, a home, that could be something that's coming in for you. There's a new beginning here. I see this energy, and I think of you as this Queen of Swords because you're the cardinal sign, you're the heir of fire, my beautiful Aries. So I do think this is you. There's healing that has to happen here. There's an apology that's going to be coming in, I think, that's going to bring in some happiness. There'll be a new beginning. This full moon, this lunar eclipse is going to bring healing to your soul, healing of the ego, healing the pride that was wounded, the wounded pride. I see that coming in for you. I see a lot of healing coming in with this lunar eclipse, which is happening in Virgo. We do see that energy here. Look at that. Love that energy. Look, it's right there in your reading. 3 of Cups again. Now, I do see that someone here had an affair. Could be an emotional affair. It could just be in your head. I don't know. This is a collective energy reading, but I definitely see third-party energies. It's right here, and it's right here, and it's right here. I see a betrayal through third-party energies here, through passion, and that changes things for you. And someone here might want to actually, they may have found their partner through that energy. Now, I know everybody out there is like so judgy about that stuff. Look, guys, cheating is just not accurate. People don't just cheat. Yeah, sure, there's going to be the narcissists out there that need constant validation. Those people have mental disorders. Literally, it's a mental disorder. Narcissistic personality disorder. They have a personality disorder. What do you want? That's what's going to happen. Don't marry a narcissist. You don't want to be cheated on that way. But then when you have people who are like not narcissists doing it, what's going on there? It's usually because there's something missing in the relationship. The intimacy is missing. When it's emotional affairs, there's something wrong there. There's something different. There's a lack of friendship between you and your partner. There's a lack of intimacy. There's a lack of touching. Sometimes it can manifest into actually the physical act because that's what's missing. And people don't want to leave their relationships. That's why they cheat instead of leaving the relationship. They're like, well, why wouldn't they just leave if they don't want me anymore? It's not that they don't want you. They want you. But you're not there. You're not there in some capacity. Maybe it's because of kids, or maybe it's because of your job, or maybe it's because you're sick. You're not doing well. And you're married or you're partnering with a human being. So the human factor always applies, Aries, okay? If it's you that I'm talking to that had the affair, I want you to give yourself grace, because it is what it is. You're a person. Partners are not prisoners. And when we walk around this earth feeling like somehow we have to be like God, when we can't be, there's a whole reason religion exists is because we're not God. We can't hold ourselves to the standards of God. It's ludicrous. You know, that would be like assuming that you're supposed to be like God. How could you be? You couldn't be. You're a human. Be a human. It's okay if you make mistakes. That's why we're human. Otherwise, you would have stayed an angel, right? Like I think of Aries as having like wings, like you guys are angels on earth, right? But that means you're human. To be an angel on earth means you're a human being. There's going to be mistakes made. And I absolutely give yourself tons of grace. All right, I do see this energy of a third party. It's really coming out now. So that it is existing in the collective, whatever that means for you. I also see that there's going to be a new home coming in for you. However that happens, it could happen through this new relationship. That's a relationship that started off in that space of the other party, a third party energy, the hidden enemies, the secrets, the karmic stuff that comes out of that, the financial debts. So the moment that you and this person, that you and any person begin to exchange monies or owe each other monies, or maybe they gave you money for your services and then you asked them for advice, and that's something that's their job, but you didn't pay them, but you got something from them and you didn't pay them for it. Now that's not just financial debt, it is financial debt because you didn't pay somebody for their work, even if they told you you didn't have to. That's just somebody being nice. Pay them. If you get knowledge, you have to give something for that knowledge. Even here, you can absolutely Venmo me tips. If you feel like you're getting something out of this, you don't have to join Patreon. Just send me a tip on Venmo. And all that does is acknowledge it. I don't even care if it's $1. It takes care of the karma. I'm giving you knowledge. You got to give something back for that. That's reciprocal energy. Or you're, taking energy away from your Venus. You don't want to do that. Venus is reciprocal energy. If you're getting something, you got to give something. For many years, I would listen to tarot videos. I was a big fan of tarot videos. I'd watch them again and again and again, and I'd go to the extendeds. I'd join Patreon. When that became a thing, right? It wasn't always a thing when I started watching this stuff. So I do see this energy of somebody holding back because it was a third party situation, because of that, because they also feel like they betrayed other people as part of this. So what I'm seeing here is not a bad person who's looking to hurt others. I see a good person trying to survive a bad situation and not wanting to say it was a bad situation, because we all have, as human beings, part of our part of our frailty is that we believe we have to hold ourselves to the standards of a God. Look, we're not gods. We make mistakes. And when we don't want to admit mistakes, that's a very human thing. When you want to double down, you're like, oh, I married the wrong person. Fudgicles, I married this wrong person. But, you know, what do I do about this now? Well, now it's called sunk cost fallacy. When you believe, oh my goodness, when you do you see that, guys? When you believe that you have too much invested in that situation to leave. That's called sunk cost fallacy. It's a logical fallacy. It's not real. It seems to make sense to you at the time, but it's not real. If you get a therapist, they can help you figure that stuff out. And that is basically what the universe is telling you. If you're holding back, if you're feeling bad because you're feeling guilty, someone here is feeling guilty. I don't know what you're feeling guilty about necessarily. I see third-party energies. That could be somebody outside of your family giving you advice and you took the advice and it was bad advice. I don't know. I kind of think it's an affair, but it's someone made you really happy, and that somebody is the Queen of Wands, okay? And it brought a lot of healing in for you. This person brought a lot of healing in for you. I don't know if you reciprocated. I'm seeing a lack of reciprocity here. I'm seeing a sense of hurt, ego, and pride here, which is saying to me that like you weren't getting what you wanted. You took what you needed, and then somebody said, hey, you're not reciprocating here. Time to give me something back. And I'm seeing this energy of Pisces of this delay. So it's a delay here because someone in the equation is holding back because of their hurt ego, their hurt pride. Their hidden enemy for them is themselves. And they have to dig deep to figure that out here. More Pisces energy, 12th house energy. We have Saturn moving into the 12th house here, into Pisces, coming up at the end of this month, 2 weeks after this full moon, guys, okay? So there's some kind of an opportunity to actually have your happiness. And someone here is recognizing that. Someone here is recognizing it. And I'm so glad you are, because there's a toxic situation. Now, let's say you have an affair, okay? Someone has an affair. They know it's a mistake. It was a bad moment for them, and they were confused. They had a lot of weird stuff happening, obviously, and then they make this decision. That's bad. That can hurt the person that they love. But they love this person and they want to stay with this person, and they know they want to stay with this person. They know that it's not because this person's rejected them. It's not because they lack intimacy. They want to stay with this person. They love them. And you do not tell them you had the affair, because that will absolutely ruin the relationship. And I'm not saying it will end the relationship, because it may not. What it will do is it will create an imbalance in the relationship, where now your partner will think of you as the bad person for the rest of your lives together, which could be a long time. You could stay together for decades after an affair. And if you admit that you had an affair, what you can do is you can go to counseling with that person and say, I have made mistakes, things that I know are not okay. I'm not okay, but I am now going to, what you have to do, if you recognize that in yourself, is go to your own therapist. You need a therapist, and you have to go to counseling with your partner. And in those spaces, telling a partner about an affair is only going to hurt them. You're punishing them when you do that. You're going to make them feel, for the rest of their lives, they'll never feel good enough. And anybody else that they try to partner with, they're always going to worry that that person will cheat. You're just going to harm them in ways that's going to take away their ability to trust people. And because you had a moment of weakness, right? So you don't tell people you had the affair. It is 100% dishonest, but you had the affair for a reason. So go to a therapist and find out what it is. And then if you find out that the reason you had the affair is because things are toxic in your primary relationship, then you must end that relationship because of the toxicity. And part of that toxicity might be that you felt like you could go have this affair. You know, maybe you're the toxic element in the relationship, and then you have to end it because that's not fair to the other person, and you know that. So getting a therapist is the first step, not telling your partner, because that could hurt them for the rest of their life. You'll be putting them through hell for the rest of their life, all because you make a mistake. That's not fair. So I see somebody here may have had an affair. If you did, give yourself grace. Go get a therapist. Talk about why that happened for you. And I see that person delaying taking this chance, this opportunity towards this other party. Oh, wow, the death card. Well, that's telling me it can't go any further than that. An ending here. I see. Oh, I see. Well, definitely going to slow things down. That's for sure. This could be something, guys, where this opportunity may not manifest in this lifetime for you. If this is a person that you've even had an emotional affair with, or that in your heart of hearts, maybe you've never had an affair in your life, but in your heart of hearts, you know you're with the wrong person. You know who the right person is. And I know I'm talking to some Aries out there. I feel you. I feel you. I know you. You have a twin flame. I see you. I feel you. And this person, it may not happen in this lifetime. That's what this is being revealed here in this full moon. I don't know. Oh, wow. The other side is telling me that someone here had a near-death experience. Who had a near-death experience? Someone here may have had a near-death experience. If you did, that could be the turning factor. Like maybe it happened in the past, or someone almost dies, or the mortality is somehow a factor here that's helping you to recognize what you have to do. Somebody still feels stuck though. Oh, you want to marry that person that you know you should be with. It will be a second marriage. Oh, that could happen for somebody. It happens through work. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to take this over to the extended. And I do see third-party energies here at the bottom of the deck, so we know that exists here in this equation somehow, some way. It's here. I'm going to continue with more Salviadora energies. We've got Sal's Sorcerer deck here in my hands, which you can kind of see over here at the end of the lines. Sort of, I guess I have to move the camera the next series of videos here. I'm going to grab you an oracle card. Let's put down some cards to kind of figure out. I see Empress and Emperor energy. I also see this death card. So we're going to first find out. The moon has something. What's the secret here that has to be revealed? There's a secret here that's in your heart, I think. I also see an Emperor apologizing to somebody. We're going to find out about the Emperor's intentions here. I also see that death card. There's something here, 12th house energy. There's an opportunity. We're going to find out how death factors into that. Somebody might decide that they want to spend the rest of their life with another person. There's some kind of energy. Then we have a big change here. The Wheel of Fortune's turning in your favor. We're going to find out what that is. What's the new thing happening for you coming up next? It could be a marriage, a second marriage for some of you. And then we're going to find out about the karmic debt that's involved here. I think it's interesting. It could be based on financial debts as well. Like somebody may not want to leave a partnership because of financial debts, because they have to work so much, or they're worried about that. We're going to get advice from the universe over here. And then all this will be revealed on Patreon. And then we have the deer coming through. Number 19, that's karmic debt for needing to ask for help. So someone here, like I said right away, came out in the reading as well. Someone needs to avail themselves of the services of a therapist. How do we know these cards are for you? Because we have the Chariot, and that was your second card. And the Emperor, which is you, Aries, drives that Chariot. So come on over to Patreon. I will see you there. All the proceeds go to Elephant Aid International. It's good for your karma. It's actually a way to erase past sins. So if we have people here in the collective that have had those kinds of secret affairs or those thoughts about having affairs, come on over to Patreon. Just by joining alone, coming in and joining at any paying tier, you begin to erase past sins. It's an ancient Vedic secret, guys. And I don't know about you, but I've got a lot of sins. Let's make it rain together, guys. I love you, Aries. Bye now.